I'm here with my very first coffee with Bill Granger at Bill's, one of the hotspots in Sydney for breakfast. And we're actually talking about breakfast. Bill's been doing some research and some work with Jordan cereal and found out that half of, or close to half of Australians don't actually eat breakfast, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, it's extraordinary, isn't it? 45% of Australians don't eat breakfast every morning.
I can't believe it. Although saying that, I've spoken to a few school teachers who teach my kids,
Yeah.
and they say that they can notice when kids haven't had breakfast,
Oh.
and there's a lot of them.
Oh, well, that's what my daughters tell me, that it's amazing how many of their friends don't have breakfast and they're starving because they go in with morning tea.
Yeah.
And so, so-and-so is grabbing my morning tea, they haven't had breakfast, they're starving. It's just like crazy, absolutely crazy.
So the research obviously was done because of behind the breakfast cereal. But were there any revelations that came out? Why? Is it we're just too busy?
I think, look, I know myself, my girls now, my elder girl especially, who's 14, would rather not sit and eat breakfast. She finds it annoying. She's like, oh, do I have to eat? And I'm always like, no, sit down, eat. We're all sitting together and eat. And I think what happens is, in dinner, it's easy.
Yeah.
We're wound down for the day, our brains are switching off, we can focus on dinner and not be thinking too far beyond it.
Yeah.
I think at breakfast, we've got so much in our brains that it's easier sometimes just to get rid of things so you can start your day. I think it's as simple as that.
Yeah. And also, I think, like technical devices, like that's the first thing people pick up, and they get lost in it.
Yeah, you do when you start the adrenaline and you look at your phone, and I'm guilty of this myself,
Yeah,
but you know, I've almost got to say, I'm going to put it aside.
Yeah.
Do the ritual in the morning. I think that's the important thing, it's a ritual and a habit.
Yeah.
It's got to be, what we do is, if kids got to be at swimming early, we'll do a quick, bowl of cereal, some yogurt, fruit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll do some avocado and toast with a poached egg or a fried egg.
Yeah.
Always making sure there's protein in there, which is really, really important to keep you going through the lunchtime.
Yeah. So do you do most of the breakfast? My husband does most of the breakfast.
No, absolutely. I remember growing up, my mother used to take my father breakfast in bed every single morning. Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
Very nice. And he had the same breakfast every morning.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but I make sure everyone does it. I do it because the girls are getting ready. And, so it's my job. But I get the girls to set the table. I think if you've got a family, it's important to involve kids in everything.
Yeah.
And that's setting the table, clearing it up, packing the dishwasher, helping wipe the benches. All of that is part of the meal. And it's time together. You chat when you're wiping a bench. You're wiping a dish. Yeah,
because I think a lot of parents are just like racing out the door, and kids are losing that life skill of actually getting themselves ready in the morning. That whole, like you said, the whole breakfast, setting the table. It doesn't just magically.
No, and it's those little things in life that make it worthwhile and gentle. Sitting down for a morning, with the girls and talking, and so many things come out of that table conversation that you're not normally going to hear.
Yeah.
It's really, really important to get that time, especially if they're catching the bus to school, to have a second. And now as they get older, seeing the benefits of what happens with my 14-year-old, she can communicate really well over the table. Yeah. Any other time, forget it.
Yeah, forget it. Absolutely. And do you think as well, like we've been conditioned, there's like with so much TV advertising that there's so many products, fast products, like, you can have breakfast, you can sip on a juice container and have breakfast. It's just putting this false philosophy in people's heads that, having a bowl of cereal is hard work. Like, that's the fastest food.
Oh, well, that's for me. That's the shortcut. It takes literally in 2 minutes. I can have, and that's putting yogurt in a bowl and some berries in a bowl. But it can be on the table. It doesn't have to be fast. But when you've got the time, even, what I love is whole wheat, rye toast with a lovely nut spread butter.
Yeah.
Nice cashew butter or an almond butter. Delicious. A bit of fruit, half banana. It's perfect.
Yeah. I think we're all being conditioned into just buying consumer goods.
Yeah.
Just the fast.
Well,
easy.
fresh is best. Fresh is always best. It's about basic ingredients. And if you know what goes into something, if it's whole grains, if it's, great brown breads, lots of fresh fruit and vegetables, simple dairy products. Yeah, it's just simple, real food. Real food's really important.
Yeah. Do you think also that people just don't have time to shop, or just?
I think a lot of it is people's inability to plan a lot ahead. I mean, I'm a natural. I do the shopping at shopping. My wife does all the shopping and I do all the cooking. So she makes sure there's food in the house. Because if there's not food in the house, you're less likely to do it. You've got to have things in the house. And it is a bit of a hassle. But with online shopping now, it makes it so much easier. Push the button, get your weekly shopping.
Done. So if you were like a mum
parenting dad.
Or you're hard pressed in the morning and you do find that your kids, I can't fathom it, but you
Yeah.
do find your kids go to school without breakfast. What would be your 3 top tips to get them back into the...
I think you've got to make it easy and almost give it to them to eat. You know, something simple like kids, you know, and find out what they like. I think that's really important. If they like cereal, give them cereal. If they like an egg sandwich, give them that. Something they can often eat with one hand is easy for kids, and they don't have to think too much. And then you can gradually work it up. Sit down. You know, if you haven't started it when they're younger, that's fine. Just gradually work it up. Sit down for a second. Eat this, will be good for you. It'll take 5-10 minutes, and then you can go off and not worry about it.
Yeah. And I think it's that habit forming as well. You've got to, like, you could start at any age, as you said. You've just got to get that habit going.
It's the habit,
Yeah.
exactly. And if you haven't done it with a little kid, that's fine. Do it when they're a teenager. And just say, sit down for a second. And don't even start with 5 minutes. Start with 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Even if they're running out of the door with half the thing in a container, it's a great way to start.
Yeah. Awesome. And there's a competition attached to your stay
Yes,
here.
yeah, absolutely. On Saturday, if you jump on the Jordan's Australian Facebook page,
Yep.
you can win tickets. I'm cooking breakfast at the MCA on Saturday.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
very exciting.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh,
that's still filming.
I hope so. I think it is. Okay, I can cut that off.
Techno heads.
Tech techno. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so
It was
much.
Awesome seeing you.
Oh, great to see you.
Great to see you.
Okay.